Hey, today we're going to look at the Bazi Chinese Astrology forecast for next year, 2025, for the royal family. It's going to be a long video. Hopefully you'll stay through the whole thing. We're going to look at Prince William of Wales, Catherine, Princess of Wales, the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, and Harry, Duke of Sussex, as well as King Charles III and Camilla, Queen Consort. I have not looked at her chart as of this moment until just now, and all of this to unpack lots of very interesting information. So welcome. My name is Lydia. This is the Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese Astrology channel. And on this channel, I love to read the charts of famous people. I think it helps us to better understand our own astrology. And if you've had your Bazi chart done, it might help you to better understand it. Because, there's different things happening. That being said, right now, I'm noticing a lot of other Bazi astrologers who are posting information about, if you're born in the year of the rat, this is what 2025 is going to be for you. Let me just say, if you don't have all four pillars, your year, month, day, and hour, if you don't know what luck cycle you're in, if you don't know your life pillar, the hidden reason why you're living this life, that information is giving you kind of like a fortune cookie statement. In no way, shape, or form does reading just your year animal give you a full picture of what your year ahead is. Right now, I have on the Kharma Khameleon website, I'll put the link below, you can get for just over $100 without having me do your full chart, just your year ahead with month-by-month predictions. Because you need all four pillars, you need all this information to get an accurate read. Otherwise, you're just seeing, like I said, part of the scene. All right, so I have been a Bazi, master level Bazi astrologer since 2002, long time, and a traditional feng shui consultant, also using flying stars, which is an advanced system. And you notice on this channel that I do monthly readings of the collective Bazi astrology for the month, as well as the flying stars that impacts every home. Now, of course, if you've had me do a virtual feng shui consultation with you, you're better able to discern how to use that information. But for the most part, I do try to make it user-friendly so that you can do it on your own, okay? If you're interested in a virtual consultation with me, please just reach out. You can directly email me. All right, let's start with, where do we begin? Let's start with King Charles III, because he's going through some very interesting changes in his life. Remembering he is born November 14th, 1948 at 21:14 for his hour. His four pillars are the year Yang Earth Rat, the month of Yin Water Pig, the day of Yin Water Rabbit, and the hour of Yin Water Pig. Two pigs, both Yin water. Anyway, I'm going to hold this up for you. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. Just to give you kind of a snapshot of what this looks like. I use fourpillars.net. That's the program that I've used for a long time. Also, another very strange thing that I have noticed is some people in the industry of feng shui and Bazi astrology have said that the snake is yin fire. I have never in my 20-some years of doing this practice ever used it as such. In the way that I have always read it is that the snake is yang fire, and it has within it a small amount of yin or yang metal and yang earth. Okay, that is how I've always seen it. I don't know if maybe they're doing a different kind of Bazi astrology, but accuracy is so important. All right, so what do we know about the snake? The snake does not like pigs. It is its arch enemy because the pig is yang water. And so alchemically, that is a real steamy situation. The threat is that if the fire is too strong, it can evaporate the water. In the same way that if you have too much water in your chart, you basically can just put out the fire. Now, interesting that King Charles has a very, very unusual astrology. He has no metal. Remember, he is yin water, which is like misty dew. And he has over 80% of his chart as his own element. He is drowning in himself. I would imagine he gets very lost in his emotional landscape under the facade of keeping his, his emotions, or what he's feeling close to his chest. He doesn't reveal that. That's just, hey, my family's very British. I know all about the protecting of your emotions because, hey, everything's fine. And if it isn't, sweep, sweep, sweep under the rug. That was my family. Anyway. All right. So just looking at his astrology, fire is actually his enemy. Now, when you have a chart that is this out of balance, that is so extreme, there is no way to correct it. It is a water dominant chart because there is no fire. And because of that, without the fire, this chart is a water dominant chart. Now, fire being the enemy, this coming year has fire, but it is completely snuffed out by all his water in this battle with his two pigs. Now, this is an interesting thing because the pig hits his month, which would be elder siblings and his parents. Well, his parents are gone now. It also speaks to his career and his children, which is the hour. There is something going on here for 2025. Given the fact that he has had a struggle with cancer recently, I think he's been doing fairly well. But this feels really combative. It feels like something is going on in his career. Now, when we look at his current luck cycle, his luck cycle is about to change in 2026 into a yin metal sheep, which is going to echo his life pillar, the reason why he's living this life. But we're not there yet. His current luck cycle is yang metal horse. And again, that horse is unwanted fire. And his luck cycle doesn't actually shift until the end of May of 2026, a year that is a yang fire horse. It is double fire. It is going to be a radical year for many, many people, and certainly for the United States. So when we look at his current luck cycle, we've got this situation with the horse bringing in unwanted fire. Add to that now the snake coming in, more fire, stronger fire, that is hitting up against his career and again his relationships with his children, showing that there could be some real conflict, movement of some kind, shifting, adjustment. The yin wood, the stems sitting on top of the snake is really speaking of a year of action, being more active, being more involved in his day-to-day activities. It's also a year very focused on Camilla, on property, on wealth and success. There is the mention of his job as king, and the government, and his work, his family, his relationships. So all of this, all of that, the snake, what is contained in that, right? Which is pretty much everything. His wife, his property, his money, his success, his role as king, the government, his family, his everything, all of his duties, that is getting banged up against the pig. And that, to me, looks like a real year for upheaval. Yeah, a real year for upheaval. Now, we're going to switch over now to Camilla, Queen Consort, love that, of the United Kingdom. Now, I have not read her chart, so I'm going to go a little bit further in. And like I said, this is going to be a long read. I may at some point break it up. So we might just end with these two and then I'll do another one. We'll see. Anyway, Queen Camilla is born July 17th, 1947 at 6:10 in the morning, adjusted for daylight savings time. Now, these two, Charles and Camilla, are both innovative, creative, inventive people. Now, Charles really needs balance. He needs things to be just okay. Everything's fine, nothing to see here, nobody's got any problems, all is well. Because when life is out of sync, he gets very frustrated and really like in a knot with himself. They both really like to take charge, to be independent, to not subordinate to another. They are leaders. They are natural leaders. They can come off as being aloof and self-involved. Now remember, of his 5 pillars, he has no metal, he has no fire, he has 84% of his own water element, a balanced amount of wood, what he creates at 23%, and what rules him, earth, only 11%. And because there's no fire to nurture that earth, that earth is really very weak and just hanging on, barely. Okay, so I also just came to mind, I think that King Charles was also really into painting watercolors, which is interesting that, again, the water comes in. Anyway, so Camilla also is very organized. She's a great planner. She's likely to marry more than once, and she loves a party. She's a romantic. Yeah. All right, so her chart, Charles is yin water, she is yin fire. The two of them together are pretty steamy. And she also is born with a nobleman star on her day master, which shows that this woman came in with great blessing. Her 4 pillars are: the year is yin fire pig, the month of yin fire sheep, the day of yin fire rooster, and the hour of yin water rabbit. So being born in the month of the sheep is a hot earth, but there is no other earth in her chart. making her pattern weak. When you look at King Charles's pattern of water, it's excessively strong, excessively strong. Now, it's interesting how people have seen her kind of like an enemy, because that fire is not welcome to his chart. And yet there she is, 3 stems, all yin fire, boom. There's something I think that he sees that is literally a bright spark in his life. A candle flame sparkling there in the darkness, I don't know. So we see this chart. Her day pillar is at odds with her children and her career, meaning there could be conflict of some kind within her marriage and her career, within her marriage, competition with her relationship with her children, or competition with her, how she's able to navigate and balance what's going on with all those relationships and the role that she has to play. And remembering she needs to be the one in charge. Okay. Now, it's also interesting that Charles looks for somebody that is just fun to do stuff with. Let's go and, make this together, or build this together, or offer this service together, this charitable act together. She is looking for an older man who is typically like an older man or a father figure, somebody that is like almost like a consort, which is more like, you say that more for men, right? But this is like a secret lover in some ways. It's very interesting how that shows up for her. And her role in her career is a challenge for her. It's yin water. It is a career that is challenging. It is changeable. People will judge her, people being critical of her, condemning her, defaming her. She has seen all of that. She's not a Princess Diana, right? I mean, let's just face it. And the other aspect of this hour is that this is about somebody that is here to be of service, to be an inspiration to others, to teach others, to have a role in which she is a support for people. Yeah. All right. So we're going to jump ahead to, I wanted to mention, just because I thought it was interesting, I think I might still have it sitting here. Maybe not. That the time that there is all of this stuff going on with Camilla and Charles, right up until the time when they got married, February 10th, 2005. And they got married in a year of the Rooster, which is a nobleman's star for her. And so this was a real blessed event for her. So she has just recently come into a new luck cycle as of 2024. She's 77 years old now. This is yin wood on yin wood. It is a yin wood rabbit. So this is echoing her hour, and this is this entire 10 years from 2024 to 2034 is about how she serves her community, how she teaches, how she inspires, how she elevates others, how she is in this role of being of service. It's very spiritually rooted. It could be. It could be a very, it could be a time of a great spiritual awakening, a divine connection coming into her life. Now for her, the snake forms a semi-metal trio, which emphasizes where she has her money. But she has, just like with King Charles, she's born in the year of the pig. So for her, this conflict elementally is between her and her relationship with Charles, between her and what rules her, her career, her marriage. That is going to feel shaken in some regard, okay? Because we've got to look at the elements and where the elements show up in your chart. Then we need to look at the placement of the zodiac animal and where that falls. So there is that conflict going on, and it also speaks of being shaken into movement, like being more on the go, being more in the public. It can also be moving to a different home. This year, again, it's that yin wood sitting there. There's a lot of yin wood coming into her chart right now. It feels, and remember that the rabbit bangs up against her rooster. And being born on the day of a yin fire rooster, this woman, she's got a lot of warmth and sparkle about her. She's got a voice. She wants to be seen and heard and to flaunt her talents. But the rabbit of this decade is a battle, a constant, continuous battle, echoing her hour at her direct person, impacting her marriage and her sovereign self. Now, her chart, for the most part, feels pretty balanced. Again, it's like wood that nourishes her fire, 16% is balanced. Her fiery self is strong at 34%. What she produces, earth, is weak at 9%. Remembering that's her pattern. She needs earth. Metal is almost balanced at 14%. Water is balanced at 16%. So she's far more stable than Charles's chart for sure. And the snake is bringing in, not only emphasizing this role of service and being an inspiration and to others, but also that this is a year for her to really take on a different role. What is that different role? What is happening here? Is it something going on with King Charles? I mentioned this earlier this year in the reading that I did on the royal family. I'll put a link to those below because I remember there was the potential for shifting, that I did not think King Charles would be king for very long. Okay. And of course, he came into this position late in life anyway. So she's taking on a new role. What could that be about? It's also a year of change. And this change is something that feels behind the scenes, underground, not something that is visible to the public, but that is maybe either personal, internal change for herself or something external to her, like the health of her husband or something else, is causing a change. It's also a time that is about wealth, success, property, movement. Again, we see that movement. So there's that. There is that. And I am sure that I could say more about her, but I think at this point, I am going to end this reading and do a couple more for you about each of King Charles's children. So stay tuned for those two videos coming up next. And if this sparks interest for you, please subscribe, like, hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. And I welcome your comments. Please keep them kind and respectful, because that is the world we want to see. Until next time, be well.